delivery that batter could take advantage of. He bowls pretty much wicket to wicket, controls his rhythm to the run up to the wicket, and it doesn't try to bowl too fast.
You got to be lucky to get lucky, especially on a pitch like this.
Again, easy for the batter to manipulate it for another single, but it's still been a good over. 4 runs from it, 84 for 3.
Hey, look at our Simply Safe home security system.
Let's install it.
We need another camera.
What for?
They're collectibles. What?
I've got a camera each.
Systems start from under £200 when you buy a professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
It's been an excellent partnership for the 4th wicket between Kusal Mendes and Charita Lanka. Comfortably placed at 84 for 3. You can see
Yeah, he's been on the money. Apart from that wide delivery he started with, he's drawing the batsman on the front foot consistently.
after any kind of break, you want to just ensure that you keep on harping on about this all the time. That momentum is just for a while not quite there. You've got to refocus. It's an essential part, particularly of the white ball format. Out on that one again, a hint of turn, not very vicious, but turn nevertheless.
Yeah, what he has achieved, left arm spinner Tanveer Islam, he's having the batsman play the ball very late, in them watchful, and in a short format, when you force a batsman to play the ball late, it means runs won't be scored easily, and as a bowler you're winning the battle. Be able to hit big sixes and fours, you need to meet the ball slightly early in front of the pads. He has denied it.
Now short extra and the cover coming in a touch closer. Down the wicket, over that fielder. There's good work in the deep. Good commitment shown. Zakir Ali ensuring that the ball doesn't reach the boundary. Got to be committed to that kind of fielding.
He's a committed fielder, Zakir.
Drifted in, spun away, an appeal from behind. Are they going to go for the review?
Shanto is trying to convince Liton Das that I could hear something. Woody there. And it's been
TV umpire director. We have a player review for caught behind. The on-field decision is not out. I have checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. And keep rolling, flat line, flat line. Yeah, satisfied. No batting involved. Go for ball tracking when ready. Original decision out. Pitching in line, impact in line. Wickets, umpire's call. Pali, stay with your original decision. Stand by. You're on screen. Please signal.
It's umpire's call, and it is the first wicket for young Tanveer Islam, and a prize wicket for Kusal Mendes. Gone for 45. It's 89 for 4.
The debutant Tanveer Islam.
Exceptional. He set him up. The previous delivery, he pitched and turned away, and then the next ball he straightens it. The arm ball was just straightened enough. Wonderful mix.
More responsibility on the shoulder of Sri Lankan captain.
You're particularly after you've rebuilt the innings and then you're looking to be quite comfortable. But hey, this is cricket. You never know what's around the corner.
Glorious uncertainties. This game is known for.
That's a good length to continue. Maybe pitch one up further. Well, Tanvir Islam, his first wicket. Look at this. Just drifting in. Just about holding. It's like spreading ever so slightly. And it was given up. So it stayed out after the review. Much to the delight of that Bangladeshi fan.
It was a very good decision for the Bangladeshi side.
Now they'll be a little more tentative. Well, that confidence level or that comfort zone they were into during the last partnership will be tested with Liana again now in. And this is the time, I think, sometimes in cricket, Amir, they say one gets two. Bangladesh desperately try their hearts out to get another quick wicket.
And Tanzim is the right option used by the captain. He has bowled well, but he really struggled against Kusal Mendes. He has hit the deck hard. He has got the ball to zip through. And some deviation for him as well, off the surface.
Not quite from the meaty part of the bat. Let's go back and see how Tanvir Islam set up.
You did enunciate Islam. And he has really bowled well. First one, turning and jumping off the surface. Had the batsman playing for the turn, wasn't there. I was able to break that threatening partnership.
Drifting down leg, clipped away nicely. And no one's going to get to that. 4 runs to finish the over. 94 for 4. Here at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo, Sri Lanka opting to bat first. Didn't have a good time early on, lost 3 quick wickets, and a very good partnership between Kusal Mendes and Charita Salanka, but Mendes is back here. And all credit to persistence, particularly by Tanvir Islam. Tanvir continues. Like the way he consistently maintains that line and length.
Yeah, kept on getting the mayor of the pitch. Lianage, for first 3 deliveries, was waiting for the bowler to err with his line and length, and he was ready for it. Clipped the ball so easily. Was there inside edge?
I think no signal from the umpire. Well, that could have gone anywhere. Look at this, just at the inside part, kept low. It may be a flush the pads on its way. So once again, you'd feel the bowler would not mind that at all. How does he operate to the left-right combination? Coming around. Oh, he misses there, just past the diving fielder in the slips.
It's a very difficult angle for the batters, especially right-hander batters. He goes wide of the crease, and from there he aims for middle stump and then take the ball away. Hard to negotiate. A good thing done over there by the batter. Hit the ball with the softer hands.
And again, this time round it's zipped through a little quicker, a couple of balls back. Look at this, once again, just managing to get a little bit of bite. Extra bit of turn which surprised the batters. This for the young man, the debutant, very satisfactory period of bowling. Not afraid to give the ball some air. That is done very nicely. Went across, a little movement of the feet, taking himself in line with the ball and helping himself to a couple of runs.
You can afford to play the ball against the turn. Hit the ball against the turn, I should say, as long as you get to the pitch of the ball. And that's what Lianage did.
Once again, a very good delivery to finish the over. It's 97 for 4.
.97 for 4. Making inroads are Bangladesh, keeping the pressure on. They'll know at the back of their minds, one more wicket. Charita Lanka, Janit Lianage. Then you got the debutant coming in, Milan Ratnayaka. Then fair to say the bowlers, Farweez. Asaranga Theekshana. With this partnership, it's got to make sure that they get it right, that they get it deep. Just looking at how the pitch is playing, Farweez, revised target in your mind? Couple for Tuskin, he was brilliant at the top of the order. You're thinking 260, 280. What would Lanka need to stay competitive and try and defend?
I think 260 is still gettable if Charita Lanka can bat long and bat deep into the innings along with Janit Lianage. It's good running, good understanding. It's all about setting the tone for the Bangladesh side, which had dead 3 wickets in the power play, put a lot of breaks on the scoring rate. The pitch is really good. We expected some turn in the middle overs for the spinners. Charita Lanka not watching where the ball is, just putting his head down and spinning across, showing commitment. Get the dive out.
Well, he got the dive out. He needed to because there was tight fielding. Charita Lanka. Really, really good. And why the thought process changes is because the spinners are coming into the game. Mehdi Hasan Miraj has not had much of an impact, but on debut, Tanveer Islam, how good has he been? In terms of turn, a lot more turn, and to make that turn count for his angles have been brilliant. Mehdi Hasan Miraj, of course, with experience, he knows the role he needs to play. Make sure that runs don't leak. That's the wicket. Wide of the crease, pitches in line, straightens ever so slightly. Kusal Mendis playing for the turn because the one previously spun square. Look at the celebration. Pure joy for Tanveer Islam.
Yeah, we mentioned about Rashad Hussain not playing this game. Got the confirmation later on that he's unwell. That is why he's not been considered for this game. But what a replacement. Tanveer Islam keeping it really simple. Fastest 96.5 to 96.4. Nothing much different there. And the average almost similar. And what impressed me more on Tanveer Islam is the way he's handling himself, going wide the crease, using the crease pretty well for his advantage. And what Bangladesh also would have done their homework, that probably Janit Trinaga, when he starts his innings, that hit from mid-wicket. I don't think the umpire will be interested to go upstairs, will he? Yeah, he does. Just want to double check. Charit Asalanka is back.
TV umpire to director. We have an umpire review for run out at the bowler's end. Show me the side on angle, please. Bat is grounded before the bails are off. I'm ready to make my decision for the big screen.
Probably umpire Palya Guruge in his attempt to get into a position to see where Asalanka was. Didn't quite succeeded because he's looked well home.
Just to finish up on Janit Trinaga, when he starts against left arm spin, takes a little while, is not at his fluent best. Where I think Tanveer Islam will hold pretty much a very important next 2 to 3 overs. Only 3 overs been bowled, 11 for 1. Probably he will continue as long as Janit Trinaga will be at the crease.
Nicely played. Played it late. Outfield will do the rest. The 100 on the board for Sri Lanka. Relying on the captain. And he's been very good so far. 103 for 4. But 10-50, little slow with the spinners coming into the game. Got the right number. The back, Tanveer Islam. Oh dear, what's he done to himself? Oh, he's cramping up, Tanveer. Taken off the gloves of Litton Das. That's how good that shot was.
Now full of confidence, Charit Asalanka playing late as possible. Not good signs for young Tanveer. Cramping up into his 4th over. Yeah. Then the heat, the occasion of playing in a big occasion. It's the conditions out there are testing times for everybody. But as a spinner, is it acceptable into the 23rd over? Probably not, in my opinion.
Testing all right for Reese, but you should be conditioned for this. This is expected, these type of conditions. Done it Lienage. Pushing on to the back foot, and he's firing them a little quicker. Trying to get one to sneak through. Really good, the field well set, the slip awaits. 4 dot balls, will something give?
Keeping the mid-wicket vacant, asking Janit Trinaga if he wants to go across the line, go for it. That's why the short extra cover in place for the top edge. Mendius and Miraj, I think tactically he has got it spot on here.
Manages to sneak in a single. Lienegay. Well, the last time these two teams met, Janit Lienegay made 100. Chattogram, 5 for 117 when he came to the middle. Fought back, but unfortunately, Bangladesh made the light work of the chase. Went on to win the series. They chased Sri Lanka score of 235 in 40 overs. Rishabh Hussain was the star in that game. He took Hasaranga apart. Did 48 of 18. And imagine 117 to 237 and one batter getting 100 of that. That's what Lienegay can do. 105 for 4.
And here's the dining room. There's a lovely garden, plenty of room for a trampoline. It's beautiful.
Our relationship with money is formed from a young age.
Nice to meet you both.
Well, we've seen a house we really like.
That's why we're here to help you take control and find a mortgage that suits you, whether you're buying, moving, or looking for a better rate. Barclays. Make money work for you.
Lienegay's best. He's good with the tail. Can score runs pretty quickly, Janit Lienegay. Rotating the bowlers. That's what Medias and Miraj is doing. Short spell from, he's good with the tail. Tanzim, a 1 over spell, and he's now gone to his main bowler. Quickly, Janit Lienegay. Brilliant first spell.
And coming back after an injury, it will take a little while to get used to
rotating the bowlers. That's what Medias and Miraj is doing.
That's where the workload management will come in handy.
Short spell from, he's good with the tail. Tanzim, a 1 over spell, and he's now gone to his main bowler. Quickly, Janit Lienegay. Brilliant. Oh, what a hit! What a hit!
And coming back after an injury,
doesn't need to have a look.
To get used
rotating the bowlers. That's what went across the line is doing.
That's where the
that's the way to put pressure on the bowler.
Calculated. The first ball, it was a loose, a floater up to the batter. Mid-on, mid-off, both in the circle. Charita Lanka, the form he's been in. He's not good, afraid to go aerial. That was a proper hit, 80-meter hit. Straight away, the bowler will be on the negative mindset.
Imagine the mindset of the captain. He knows that he's got to take this deep. But if it's any zones, he's got that confidence to play his shots. No change to the field. Over number 11 to 40. Just the 4 fielders allowed outside the circle. Come the 34th over, the fielding team can select which ball they want to continue with. So that'll be a different pace to the game. That's one of the changes that have come in.
Looking at the conditions of the pitch, I reckon Medias and Miraj will opt the ball, which is more stuffed up. Mustafiz, Tanzim Hassan, Shaki, a bit of reverse swing, bowling cutters into the pitch. Tanveer Islam, the way he's turning the ball, that won't be a bad idea. From the Sri Lankan's perspective, last time Sri Lanka played ODI, it was against Australia at the R. Premadasa. These two batters together put 66 in 35 deliveries in a 281 runs in the second ODI. But that's something that the dugout will remember from the past, and they were hoping as the two batters will at least continue till about the 37th, 40th over. Then you have the likes like Milan Ratnayaka, Manindu Hasaranga, probably bat at number 8. Will play the natural game, and still I feel, Russell, 260 is still gettable if these two batters bat deep till about the 40th over.
Yeah, that's the key. You take the innings deep, and no doubt about it, if they are still thinking those numbers, Lienegay and Asalanka have to continue. Maybe take to the 40th and then look to accelerate. Take the last 10 overs, thinking 70 runs, being conservative, of course. You need to get to about 190. That would mean another 78 runs in about 17 overs, which is just about 4.5. got to be clever in how you pace your innings and what chances you take.
This is where the communication has to be spot on for Sri Lanka. If a risk to be taken, they've got to be calculated. The way Taritha Lanka is striking the ball, if a risk to be taken, I think he should be the one targeting a particular bowler. Janit Rinage, who has not played for a while when it comes to international cricket, I think it's important that he bats through bat normal, play the ball on its merit.
Oh, he's got his front leg across. They're asking. Litton Das, he's extremely excited. He wants it. He had his front leg right across. They still haven't convinced the captain. Finally they do. Have they got their man?
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for LBW. Non-field decision is not out. I have checked the feet. It's a fair delivery. Can we start with front on, please? Appears to be ball hitting the bat first and then onto the pad. Can I confirm with the ultras, please? Just keep rolling, keep rolling. Yes, clearly ball hit the bat first and then onto the pad. Ruchi, stand with your original decision. Stand by. You're on screen, please signal.
Palyaguruge gets it right. Now there was a lot that happened there. Lianage's foot was across and he couldn't access the ball. The bat hits the pad, but fortunately for him, he manages to get the bat to the ball.
Familiar weakness for Janit Rinage, putting ball, the front foot cross and playing it away. And this is where Taskin Amara, I think, has done his homework, trying to bowl wicket, just like that, but that occasion, the length is quite shorter. 112 for 4.
Next to bat for Sri Lanka, no average for Milan Ratnayaka because making his debut, he hasn't had a hit. Asaranga Tekshana. After that, Chanma Linga and Nasita Fernando. You really don't want those blokes coming in too early. Bangladesh have burnt both their reviews. Mehdi Hassan Miraj, new captain of Bangladesh. He's captain before series against the West Indies, but now the officially appointed captain. He really didn't want to go for that review. But his senior players, Taskin the bowler, Nazmul Hussain Shanto and Litton Das, they really thought they had their man. Convinced Miraj to go upstairs.
Tactic remains the same against Tanvir Islam, against Janit Rinage. Got to be careful with the mid-wicket field.
That's clever. No one there. Taskin gives up the chase. He played that online, Lianage.
Beautifully done. Used the pace and made sure his front foot was outside the yaw stump. Even though he misses the ball, it wraps outside the line. Excellent. Using the pace, and Taskin Ahmad at square leg, he was quite square rather than fine. Problem is with this field, only 3 fielders in the leg side, you can't cover the big gaps. If Taskin Ahmad goes finer, means that even the deep mid-wicket has to go finer. And that becomes a massive gap to the right side of the mid-on field.
But I like this field though, Farviz. It's more of an attacking field. Getting him to drive or go across the line, but he had a very good option on that occasion where he just has to make sure that he doesn't miss it because of that space you're talking about. This is trying to force the batter to hit it where the bowler wants him to. I think it's a good field. They should stick with this. Runs with the shot.
Yeah, certainly after the boundary, Taskin Ahmed has gone even finer to try and negate that pedal sweep. But apart from that, even I think so. Just go with the flow and invite the batter to go against the turn. Charit Asalanka on 49.
3 4s, 3 6s. He's looked positive. Had to hold back because of the wickets at the other end that have fallen. 15 ODI half centuries. Searching for his 16th. Yup, 50 days, 16th 50 in ODIs for Charit Asalanka. That's the third against Bangladesh. Muted celebration. He knows that he's got a lot more work to do. He's got to go on and double the score if his team is to be competitive. 119 for 4.
There's never an easy day. You just gotta keep smiling and remember who you're doing it for. That's why I bank with Monzo. Their under-16s account helps me keep track of my kids' spending. That's little Josh using his card now. £400 on Buildscape. What's he building? A second home. Keep an eye on your kids' spending with Monzo. Download your new favorite bank.
Brilliant from Charit Asalanka. Counter punching now and again. Change the field to Charit Asalanka. There's a long on in place and fine leg brought into the circle. With on offer, 4 more. Not afraid to go aerial.
Now that was asking me to put away. Short and wide for a player who has spent 61 deliveries before this delivery. It's bread and butter. Last 2 scores for Charit Asalanka in international cricket, both against Australia. Scored 100, scored 80, and now a half century. It's loving batting at the R. Premadasa. The field remains the same. The thing changing at the moment is the angle with Taskin Ahmed coming round the wicket. Got to be careful with the line. With fine leg in the circle, it can't err down the leg side.
The moment he went past his 16th half century. Everyone knows how important it is. Everyone knows the job only half done. I like that. The shadows congratulating each other. Now, there's a number here that I want to highlight. Taskin's bowled 38 deliveries this innings. 24 against other Sri Lankan batsmen, conceded only 7. He's bowled 14 against Asalanka and he scored 19.
Charit Asalanka, when he walked in, Sri Lanka were in trouble. Early on, that got him going. Beautiful on drive. This was over. Extra cover, slightly full by Taskin. Against the turn of Medias and Miraj. Beautiful again against Mustafizur Rahim. Down the land, playing it late against the off-spinner Medias, and that was a massive hit. The first ball in the new spell. But Taskin, he's played, I think, according to the situation. Whenever the floaters have been in his arc, has not been afraid to go over the top.
Been a good partnership too. Mendes, Kusal Mendes dismissed. 36 off 40. Lenage doing his bit in rotating that strike. The run rate has also picked up slightly. Yeah, we mentioned the 40-over mark. They'll be thinking of smaller targets. They'll be thinking, let's be together at the 30th. Then get to the 35th. And maybe even at the 35th, with the field restrictions in place till the 40th, maybe it's a time or a chance to look for those extra runs and put some pressure.
I reckon for the next 14 overs, 4.5, maximum 5 runs per over, that will get them to 70, 80, and then assess where they are, and then really press the accelerator. If these two batters at the crease, Charita Sri Lanka have done this job in the previous two international games where Sri Lanka beat Australia at the same venue. That's exactly what he did. So he knows how the surface plays, the conditions. Once in, Charita Sri Lanka is someone that is pretty hard to dismiss.
Oh, nicely bowled. He is trying to hit Lanka on that front pad. 126 for 4. Five bowlers used so far. Taskin Ahmed, 2 overs into his second spell. He's been the best so far. Impressed with the debutant as well with his slow left arm. Tanveer Islam, he's going to continue.
Looking at the bowling options for Bangladesh, 5 frontline bowlers are really good. 3 quicks, left arm spinner, off spinner. One thing this team lacks is the 6 bowling option. Certainly in case of an injury or out of form, someone has a bad day, that's something that they don't have in the armory. Maybe in the future something to look into. On the other hand, Sri Lanka does have the likes of Charita Sri Lanka, Kamindu Mendis to fill in some overs. They've got the 5 bowlers in Milan, Ishan Malinga, Asita Fernando, Theekshana, Vanidu Hasaranga, even Janit Trinage if the ball seems around. So going forward, something that I reckon Bangladesh should keep an eye on.
So that's where Sri Lanka probably would have missed a trick. When you look at a bowling lineup like this, you set your eyes on a particular bowler. If you take him apart, then where does the opposition go? The problem is with the wickets that have fallen in the last recognized pair together. Can you do that? Do you do that? Well, that's where around the 33rd, 35th over, maybe that decision can be taken.
Tanveer Islam is struggling. I reckon it's with cramps. Young man is certainly, it looks like his back foot. That's where his left leg. So luckily it's not his front foot. Front foot usually they bang it and get it high, and that's where the force goes into. But looking at him after delivery, facial expression is not convincing. In case, this is where the problem occurs, in case if Tanveer Islam cannot continue bowling, who will Mehdi and Miraj look into the bowling his rest of the 4 overs?
I think Shanto can turn his arm over, but he's not a frontline option.
Yeah, clearly struggling, young Tanveer.
He's feeling in the shin for a reason. I think it's the calf, isn't it? He needs 2 massages. What a lucky chap.
Certainly not a good feeling. On debut, experiencing the cramps, and you need to, or you have to bowl at the 4.3 overs and a pitch which is assisting a bit of turn. He will probably want to fight it out and bowl the rest of the overs.
But he's got some courage, I'll tell you, because where have you seen a debutant walking in and getting the captain and the former captain to massage your feet? Usually they chuck you on with the helmet, take a battering at short leg or silly mid off, That's the way it goes. Now he's got the, there you go, with the former captain. Captain, massage your feet. Does not happen.
Living in the 21st century. Paddle sweep that Janit Trinagate played in the last over has made field change. There's a short fine leg now. Short extra cover has disappeared. The slip still in place. The one that turns from the stumps as attacking option. And certainly boundary option or the runs option for Janit Trinagate is being replaced now. I think good playing with the turn between the bowler and extra cover. It's full. If it's slightly shorter, back foot punch towards cow point are the couple of options that Janit Trinagate will target against Tanveer. If it's slightly shorter, back foot punch towards cow point are the couple of options that Janit Trinagate will against Tanveer. If it's slightly shorter, back foot punch towards cow point.
4 singles of the Tanveer Islam over. And then 30 for 4 Sri Lanka. 4 singles of the Tanveer Islam over. And then 30 for 4 Sri Lanka. 4 singles of the Tanveer Islam over. And then 30 for 4 Sri Lanka. 4 singles of the Tanveer Islam over. And then 30 for 4 Sri Lanka. 4 singles of the Tanveer Islam over.
Protect what matters to you. Simple Safe Home Security. System start with 200. This session will leave your wallet behind. Safe. Protect what matters to you. Simple Safe Home Security. System start with 200. This session will leave your wallet behind. Safe. Protect what matters to you. Simple.
And the 27th over or 26th over, probably Roshan Abhisingh is building around us.
Back to spin. 2 over spells to the seamers. He's holding back Mustafizur. He's a death over specialist. They'll be down to 1 ball. Might the bowlers some reverse swing to get softer and probably harder to hit. Mustafizur got that Yorker and slower deliveries. He's got 6 overs remaining. Raj back for his 6th. But then in this heat, in these conditions, 6 overs probably on the trot will be a big ask.
And also the batsman will line you up in case if these 2 batters are at the crease. So I reckon probably 3 and 3 for Mustafiz. 3 at the depth, just over the 34th over. Quick burst for Mustafiz. Taskin Ahmed with 3 overs. Probably he'll not bowl in that. That's not the strongest in the game of Taskin Ahmed. And Tanzim Ahmed, he could bowl those slow deliveries into the pitch, back of the hand stuff. And Yorkers continuously, he can be. Direct hit will be close. Oh, Charita Lanka, he's lucky. Tawid Hidayat from cow point through at the right end. But throw got to be much better. Either at the stumps or the hands of Mehdi Hassan.
Trinagate called early. Now what Mehdi could have done was try and get behind the stumps. Now remember, he's a spinner, so he's not got a long follow through. Probably a bit of effort to get behind the stumps might have helped. Ridoy throwing over his body around it.
And Charita Asalanka guilty of ball watching. Should have been just putting his head down and sprinting all the way rather than ball watching. And I thought Ridoy, the throw was poor. Nowhere, yes, Mendes and Miraj, he could have been behind the stumps. But the poor throw, and also from the Charita Asalanka's angle, he's guilty of ball watching at that occasion.
Run rate hovering around that 4.8 mark. At this rate, 238, 240 it is. Sri Lanka would like 260. To get there, getting through the next few overs at 4, 5 and over is the key. Nicely done.
ওভার নম্বরটি এবার 29 নম্বর ওভারে গেলে শুরু হয়ে যাচ্ছে। ওভার নম্বরটি এবার 29 নম্বর ওভার।
134 for 4. And the players will also have drinks.
I have a life too, Bill. Who had the calamari? It was for the table. I didn't eat any calamari, so I'm not paying for any calamari. What are you, 7? That's for crumpets, sweetheart.
Our relationship with money is formed from a young age. That's why our expert team is here, to help you take control of your money today. Barclays, make money work for you.
Well, the game is at a very interesting stage. 134 for 4 in 28 overs. Charit Lanka, the key for Sri Lanka. The skipper, 60 of 71. And he's come in at a difficult time and played some really gorgeous shots.
And at times, as a captain, you feel a lot of pressure on yourself, a lot of weight on yourself. But he is one who just encourages himself to be himself. He's not afraid to play his strokes, and he has built Sri Lankan batting lineup quite a few times. Ball has been very disciplined.
Well, I can tell you that almost all these players have come through the school cricket system, and Sri Lanka cricket has laid out an excellent platform to develop school cricket in the country, and almost 1,000 schools playing cricket. And SLC has ensured that all support is given to school cricket by way of providing material support, infrastructure support, etc. And there is cricket at under 13, 15, 17 and 19. So lots of cricket for school kids. And I can tell you that the entire team playing here and the teams that played before have all been products of a very well-run and highly successful school cricket system in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, school years are your formative years, whether you're studying or taking up any sports, and there you have such facilities, you develop quickly. Another great initiative by Sri Lankan Cricket Board.
Indeed, supporting them, encouraging them, making sure that every kid is identified and either at the school level or district level or provincial level. Well, he's not ready. Charit Lanka. Story. School cricket is a huge story. We do have big matches that runs over centuries. The rivalry.
And it's healthy, isn't it?
Very healthy. And you must, Amir, see the number of spectators that some of them fly in for that game just to meet friends and enjoy.
Yeah, I realized the extent of this rivalry when I was sitting along and doing commentary, and Russell asked me to say something about a school or a college, and then the aftermath. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And you realize that you shouldn't have said that, because Russell was obviously feeding you with wrong information.
Well, you're always there to correct me. That's quite relieving, actually.
Good fielding, very good fielding. That's a short extra cover. Nice punch. Hard, but it's all timing. So much of timing.
ইসরায়েলের বিমান
And actually, you get first identified by a school, and then you talk about what happens afterwards. But it's first your school.
Yeah, these rivalries actually make you stronger as an athlete, as a sportsman, or as a student as well. You're always thriving to prove yourself that you are the best.
Sure, that's right. That's the intention. I mean, whether it's cricket or rugby or any sport, with rugby happening now among schools, that's a discussion here, the commentary box, and lots of discussions about it. When the school cricket happens, It's a discussion.
And then the club cricket.
Fantastic. Goes over the top again. He's been very good in that direction. This time, doesn't go all the way, but he gets a boundary. And that's the first after 20 deliveries.
Yeah, both the sides have been able to throw punches at each other. But he is playing a good hand. Charita Lanka going along with the job in a very measured way.
See, the thing about this innings is that he's just not let any bowler tie him down. He's looked to counter punch. He's scoring runs, 5 fours and 3 sixes. Healthy rate of scoring, just under 85. And I believe he's found the right foil at the other end in Janit Lianage, who's just knocking the ball into gaps and feeding him with that strike he desperately needs.
Yeah, he picks the right moments to go after the bowlers. Slow delivery to end the over. 30 done, 138 for 4, Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka would have loved to have seen that Mendisa-Sri Lanka association just prosper a little bit more, 60 off 78, but that gave them the base when they were 3 down for 29. Now that's why this partnership is so important. If they can make this big, yes, then that score of around 260 to 280 that Fabiz Maruf was talking about becomes very, very realistic.
Yeah, to get there, I think Lianage has to raise his game. He has eaten up quite a few deliveries for his 18. That might impel Lanka into taking few chances.
What I think he needs to do here is just keep knocking it around, get Sri Lanka on strike, not play too many dots. So I hear you, he's striking at 60. But I think it's about facing out the innings. I see, so the fade over the top. Oh, what an acrobatic effort, but that's 4. That's a very good shot by Janit Lianage. The 50 partnership is up.
Yeah, he thought about what are my options and went with the right option. That's where the gap was. Got elevation, enough elevation to clear that fielder at mid-wicket.
With the off-spinner bowling, more runs here. Single. That's a very good option. As you said, mid-wicket is open, so just get it over the fielder and you're good to get a boundary.
Yeah, the reason why that shot should be appreciated. You know, when you're looking to hit the ball over mid-wicket, you have extended wrist play, but he made sure he restricted that, and that's why he was able to place the ball beautifully in the gap.
Right, now he's got 5 of the first 3, which is good. To be complementing each other, the way you bat left-hand, right-hand combination can always be good. Mehdi Hasan comes back strongly. He's bowled 2 dots. He's got 3 dots in the over out of the 5. Last ball of the over. He'll want to finish well because he's going for some runs. He's conceded 40 into his 7th over. 6 runs off that over. 30 done. Sri Lanka 144 for 4. Well, we got shared between Tuskin and Tanzim, and I thought Tanvir looked very impressive as a left-arm spinner. Turned the ball a lot. Well, he's not dinner all. I mean, it's more brunch at this time.
Maybe supper. Late for lunch, you go for a snack. Like he is going about the job. He's just milking the ballers at the moment. Jarita Sri Lanka.
So it's more like a snack. So yeah, maybe have some tea and enjoy the snack. Not a big crowd in, it's a working day, but I expect them to come in the second half. Well, this has been a good partnership. 56 runs of 68 balls. And Lianage started off well on the pads. It's very strong on the leg side. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, looks to really take the bowling on. Some very innovative stroke making, some lovely square shots. Not afraid to go over the top. He's brilliant in that area. And the boundary of that last tour of Mehdias and Miraj. That's a wide. That's a poor delivery. Has to be. Yes, it is.
Missed out Lianage on that occasion. Now that delivery was asking to be hit. Couldn't quite get that onto the ball.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed. It's not about the wide, but he had an opportunity to go right behind the keeper and go very fine. And there is no fielder. There is a fielder at backward square leg. It's to go across. Janit Lianage had this tendency as if Emily falls over a little bit, but he had looked to play straighter when the ball is maybe pitched around middle and off. Looks to play more mid-on now rather than go mid-wicket. But occasionally tends to try and work it from around that off stump by planting that left foot across.
I think he prefers onside, and that's why he's covering the off stump to be able to cover that angle and work the ball on the onside. Hasn't been able to farm the gap. Again. Asking, direct hit. Always keep everybody interested. And Litton Das is quite confident that they have their man.
For run out at the batting end. Can you show me the side on angle, please? Nice and slow. Keep rolling, keep rolling. Yeah, bat is grounded before the bails are off. I'm ready to make my decision for the big screen.
I think Bangladesh for a moment thought that they caught Charita Sri Lanka napping, because he was a little bit casual there and he just on the nick of time managed to plant his bat. But he was quite casual there, Amir, if you could see that.
Yeah, he was not expecting the ball to be thrown towards his end. And hence he was casual cannot be. You cannot offer a sniff of a chance to the opposition. At times you get surprised.
Gone behind square leg again, but only a single. That could have been a big moment in the game. I think Charit Lanka at this stage looking to be in good nick, playing some really good shots, threatening to make something big. Bangladesh not exactly sure how to dismiss him, and a run out would have been perfect for the Bangladeshis.
Yeah, usually you say that at the completion of 30th over, whatever the batting side has achieved, they can double it. To be able to do that, Sri Lanka needs to be there. 149 for 4 after 31 overs.
There's never an easy day. You just gotta keep smiling and remember who you're doing it for. That's why I bank with Monzo. Their under-16s account helps me keep track of my kids' spending. That's little Josh using his card now. £400 on Buildscape. What's he building? A second home. Keep an eye on your kids' spending with Monzo. Download your new favorite bank.
6 wickets standing. At the current rate, 240, that's not enough. Sri Lanka should be looking at around 270 to 280 to feel competitive. We don't know how the surface will react. We know that there's been a talk about dew appearing. Now, if that happens, Bangladesh would take it with both hands. Right. Look who's here. Shanto, the former Test captain, who actually tendered his resignation at the end of the second Test match. Doesn't have too much to speak about in terms of his bowling. Just 1 wicket in his career. And goes short and wide. And Lianage needed no second invitation. That was asking to be hit.
Yeah, when you start a new over and you bowl a quicker one, it tells you that the bowler is feeling pressure. Room was there as well, pace was there, boundary scored, and that brought 150 on the board.
So Sri Lanka will want to look to cash in on Shanto, because he is obviously the part-timer, doesn't have a real record as a bowler, so they'll try to target him. But he's getting some turn off the track. That's interesting.
Yeah, the first one was darted. And realized very quickly that you have to bowl slower on a surface like this to bring some impression on a batter.
Down the track and over the top. Will this be taken? Not over the top. In fact, straight to the fielder. Shanto has done the trick. That's what Bangladesh wanted. And Janit Lianage falls for the trap.
Yeah, that was the fear. That was the fear. You know, having seen auxiliary bowler into the attack, the batters are tempted to go after them. Well, he used the feet, got too close to the ball, and that's why there was not enough force and also the elevation for the batsman. But he has prevailed. He gained for his side. He's broken the partnership, which was actually threatening Bangladesh. His contribution, 29 from 40. It's 153 for 5.
Hey, look at our Simply Safe home security system.
Let's install it.
We need another camera.
What for?
They're collectibles. What?
Now you've got a camera each.
Yay!
Systems start from under £200 when you buy a professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Well, the debutant, Milan Ratnayake, when I say debutant, he's already played for Sri Lanka at test level, but this is his maiden game, the white ball format. These are the numbers that he's acquired in the list. The strike rate is surprisingly low, the average little over 8. But, well, this is the first time that we see these lights at the R. Premadasa International Stadium. Let's not forget that new lights have been fitted, and this is the first time it's been put to use. When Sri Lanka played Australia, it would take...
Saranga, the coach, Jayasuriya, must have a lot of faith in a left-hander's ability. He's off the mark in ODI cricket. It's 154 for 5.
Well, just keep taking a close look at the new lights that have been fitted at the R. Premadasa International Stadium.
Yeah, omni angles. When you see those lights, they're covering every angle. Even when the ball goes in the air, the players will have the light to be able to sight the ball properly.
The game has evolved, isn't it, from where it was when the lights were first introduced, and with the difficulties of sighting where players would talk about it. So off spinner Miraj, no surprises there with two left-handers and a new batter in. He's trying to apply some pressure, coming on himself, searching for another wicket, maybe just trying to have a go against the left-hander. One more wicket here, Amir, just opening up that end will be perfect. That's what Bangladesh are looking for.
Yeah, against Amedius and Miraj, he was able to hit the ball towards mid-wicket and picked up a boundary. This time around, he couldn't place the ball away from the fielder. And the reason for that, he stayed inside the line of that delivery, could move outside. And that's why hit the ball straight to the fielder.
Yeah, there was a fair gap on the leg side, and that's where Lianage was looking to target. And the other option would have been to go over the fielder. So he didn't find that elevation. He just couldn't pick that elevation or the length to do that. So instead went straight to the fielder. But again, Sri Lanka now needs to restart. They were looking good. They were trying to get to that 40th over with wickets in hand and set batters in, and once more it's a restart. Oh, very nearly, very nearly. Upish.
Yeah, it did grip. Got stuck in the surface, very lucky. It wasn't timed properly. Oh, and then the turn and bounce. 156 for 5.
Hey, look at our Simply Safe home security system.
Let's install it.
We need one camera.
What for?
They're collectibles. What?
Now you've got a camera each.
Yay!
Systems start from under £200 when you buy a professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Conditions have been introduced by the ICC. what about that? That has to be a no ball. And it is 6 as well. Well. I don't think Charita Salanka minded that.
Not even the crowd. They would like Shanto to keep on bowling like this. Charita Salanka keep on hitting the ball out of the stadium. And that'll help their cause to get to a formidable total. That was comfort food for Charita Salanka. Free hit.
This time in the gap at extra cover. I think Shanto will be pleased that he got Asalanka on strike and he's been given the first and final warning. But very quickly with the updated playing conditions, Amir, now at the end of this over, it will be 1 ball. Now, we do know for everyone watching, and just to educate them, you use two balls from either end, and that used to be the way one-day cricket was played. But now with the updated playing conditions, you go up to the 34th, and then it's interesting to see which ball they will actually look at. This time, Milan Ratnak is getting some gifts and he's picking that gap at mid-wicket. He gets a boundary. Already 12 runs of the first 2 balls.
Not this ball for sure. Not this one. This one is traveling everywhere. Now they can have a sigh of relief here because this over has been good for Sri Lanka. Already 12 runs of it. Yeah, to answer your question, it's going to be a difficult ball, isn't it? And it has to be according to the situation. If you are leaking runs, you have to look for a softer ball that it shouldn't travel. And if the opposition are under pressure, then you have to go for the harder ball. And you have to look if one side of the ball is rough, that'll help you to reverse the ball. Something for the bowlers. Something.
They're getting some drift into the left-hander. Shanto has come back well. He's bowled 3 dots after conceding 12, including that free hit. Sri Lanka now getting close to that 5-run mark in terms of the rate of scoring. Last ball of the over. With a turn. Single of the last ball. 169 for 5. And now let's see what the captain does. Now this is a big moment in the game. I say big moment because this happens for the first time. Well, the umpire has asked for both balls. Now he's giving Niraj the option of picking one. Go on, Amit. What do you think he's looking at? Oh, he's already made the decision.
I don't know which one he chose. Was it used from the far end or the commentary box end? Let's hope he has made the right choice. And now he's supposed to take a few chances as a captain.
Interesting thing was he didn't pay much attention, didn't really look at it too much, just picked one and walked away. No fuss at all. But this is a history-making moment. For the first time, we see this happening.
Should have conferred with his master bowlers as well.
He makes all his...
Trying to say Mr. Know-it-all.
No, he's exercising his authority as captain.
Are you sure? Exercising is the right word?
Let's go with that. There are a few other words we can throw in, but let's stick with exercising.
Like? For example?
Using his authority as captain. That could be another word.
Asserting.
Yes, well done.
Anything else starts with A?
Well, I think we've picked 3 words which are quite appropriate. 2 dot balls and a single. This is good bowling by maybe Hassan Miraj. That one just straightening. 2 deliveries turn, that delivery coming in a little bit with the arm. That's going to be a concern if you're a batter.
This day and age, if as a spinner or any bowler, you bowl your quota of spell and you bowl under 5 run and over, that's an excellent job. Yes, he hasn't picked up a wicket, but he has given control to himself as a captain to use the other options from the other end.
Last ball of the over. Well, a very good comeback. He's done some damage control here. 170 for 5.
Six bowlers used by Bangladesh, and you'd feel that Shanta bowling the 2 overs and getting what his skipper wanted to break a partnership has worked. Now that experiment will be over. They'll be reverting back to their regular bowlers. Kept the runs in reasonable check, Bangladeshi bowlers. Milan just dabbed and thought of a run, not quite there. It's what Bangladesh got to keep on doing, is bowl a tight line and length, dry out the runs. 4.83, it's been consistently under 5, and they'll take a lot of heart from that in the containment that they've been able to achieve. Also taking the 5 wickets. This game nicely poised, Maha.
Yeah, it's important Milan Ratnayak plays a support role for Sri Lanka. The 88 deliveries more in the innings. If a run a ball will get them to 268, which we feel is a decent score to defend later on. 258, beg your pardon. So Milan Ratnayak, we've seen him in the test match up in Galle. He's no mug with the bat. He can play the big shots. He can hang around. Decent defense. It's all about on debut just making sure you just not play the natural game, but play according to the situation of the game.
Indeed, so important for you when you break through to the top rung in one format of the game. It's not to get overawed by the situation. Take it in your stride. All very easy to say, but it shows the upbringing, character of a player, and how you react to the requirements of the game. Milan has done well so far.
Relatively new to the international scene, Milan, but the limited opportunities he has got to in the test setup, he's done well. A very good contribution. Test series up in England. The Galle test match, he just played the first test match. Did well with the ball, with the bat. And this is a great opportunity for the 14.2 overs to bat, get some runs on board, come in and stamp his authority in this team. The number 7, number 8, they had the option of Dunitwel Lalage, the left arm spinner. Certain reasons, I think that has gone with the I expect in the ball to jack around for the fast bowler. So they're playing 3 seamers, including Milan Ratnayak in place of Dunit.
Now he changes that. An afterthought. Not quite in line. Saw that ball just angling away, and you can see the expression on his face. Try to get his bat on ball, lucky not to get a feather to that one.
Slow ball by Panzim. Gripped a bit. That's why the ball did die. It reached Liton Das. Panzim Hassan does have a good off cutter as well as a back of the hand slow ball. Into his sixth over, probably not a bad idea to get 2 overs of him to the death overs as well. 172 for 5.
Once again, an important little partnership being built here. Bangladesh bowlers would like to see the back of Charita Lanka, that's for sure. He's been the mainstay of the 76 of 91. At the Or from Nage, but a little tempted against the bowling of Shanta and paid the price. The Hassan Miraj into his last over, but dearly love a wicket. Pointed the captain for a long period of time.
Just the confirmation that when Media Miraj in the 34th over, the choice was given. He chose the ball which was used from the same end, which is the media box. And something that did that's a nice shot. To be just a single. Lanka would have loved more bat, more power behind it. And Miraj by himself chose the ball. He's playing three seamers. At the end, with so much maybe reversing a little bit. Soil in his commentary stint did mention wouldn't be a bad choice to consult his fast cartel just to find out which ball going forward would be better.
I think Maha, he might have taken the decision at that moment because he's the skipper. But I imagine, as we see, recovered. I'd imagine he would have talked to his bowlers, pace bowlers in particular, prior to that. Looking at the two balls there, he chose a fresher ball from what we saw sides were pretty scruffed up with the other one. So he was actually thinking of what his pace can do.
Got the confirmation again by our lovely team behind us, who's giving us all the information. The ball that chose by Mendes and Mirage was only given away 63 runs in 17 overs. And 3 wickets. And from the other end, 106 runs and 2 wickets. So maybe the option of 3 wickets and less runs.
Indeed. I don't think he had too much to he had the numbers to back him. The ball itself looked pressure. And hard. Not a massive decision to take. Got ball to finish that over. It's 175 for 5. So wickets early on for Sri Lanka, losing the third at 29, that recovery, 60-run partnership. And at last, 3 overs back, a big over. And that's what they need to do. The other side of the coin, those blue dots need to be there on a regular basis. Bangladesh dearly love to break this fledgling partnership.
Certainly runs are in check. Last 30 deliveries, only 21 runs. Doing well, the Bangladesh is squeezing in some dot deliveries.
Whipped it away, but found the fielder deep mid. This is the balance you need as a bowler. And Tanzim Saqib is coming into bowl. Does not really want to pitch it up. Not want to play into the hands of the batters. Of course, with Milan, he will try something different because he's got just the 10 runs of 21 deliveries. Just the single boundary so far. Maybe a more attacking form of bowling. Todd did manage to play down nicely enough.
Well in control, Milan. Was taken shot by Tanzim. Trying to get it up, trying to hit the helmet of batter. And Ratnaik close to 6 feet. It's not easy in this sort of pitch when the ball loses the hardness, the shine just starts getting on. But I like the mentality of Tanzim. He's trying to buy one more wicket. The understands it's not Vandu Hassananga, then the bowlers. I think will call himself an all-rounder, yes, but he has not proved consistently in international cricket to call himself an all-rounder, but certainly someone that who could hold the like the mentality of Tanzim Hassan running in hard. Slow ball, nicely picked by Charlie Taslank for a couple of runs. Young Tanvir Islam had feeling at leg on debut, suffered with some cramps. Looks like he's just fighting through, showing a lot of heart to be out there. Still got 4 more overs to bowl. Don't think with the 2 left-handers at the crease, he'd be ball in. Certainly see him fighting it out.
Absolutely, I think the mental resilience despite the fact that they are encumbered by that cough, problem. But the second warning has been given to Bangladesh for not starting the over in time. Reiterate the fact that if it happens 3 times, there will be 5 runs will be added to the opposing team. Got to make sure that they change over very, very quickly. And also that time factor will come into play. So lots of things going against Bangladesh with that threat of the 3rd warning, and then maybe we don't complete the overs in time. You'll have to have a fielder within an extra fielder. That's short, that's picked up, and it's gone past that effort. He's not happy, but that was rather a loose delivery.
A drag down, a warm-up delivery, sort of a delivery by Taskin. No mean pace at all, 123.5. And set up nicely for Vanidu Hasaranga. He thrives on anything loose. Picked up the length early and no hesitation in going aerial. Looking how Taskin Ahmed is running as well, Shamim, he's struggling as well. He's not, in the first spell he was running in, he was just bursting on the scene, but looking at in this spell, it doesn't look promising.
Game short, the last thing you want to do. Got away with that one, finds the fielder. You're right, I think this heat, the humidity has really drained the Bangladeshi fielders. It's just not bowling with too much pace early on, but you know, it's almost 10 kilos down from his first spell.
Yeah, consistently he was close to 135, and in this over, the fastest have been the first ball, so 126.4. Yeah, he's testing times in the middle. Players will be tested, especially Taskin Ahmed, who has not played a competitive game after a while. And a heel injury. This is where the professional level will be tested. The last thing the skipper of Bangladesh needs is one more bowler down. Already has a headache of filling up 4 more overs.
Another problem Bangladesh are going to have is as the 200 comes up for Sri Lanka in the 42nd over. They'll be pretty happy with that. Yeah. But the captain of Bangladesh will be very, very concerned.
And also the captain has bowled out. Means that Najmul Hasan Shanto got to come in. And this is where I think Charita Salanka got to be a little bit tactful. Not take any unnecessary risk against the frontline bonus. Looks like Mustafiz was gone and probably won't not come back again. And target that 6th bowler. So tactical game will be tested for Sri Lanka going forward from this time onwards.
Oh, Yorker tried. It's just toe-ended it, but enough. That struggling Tanvir is never going to get to that. You can be sorry, but really Tanvir couldn't really make it to that delivery.
A poor boy on debut. The ball's following him. They look like no chance he's going to get to it. A different fielder, much quicker fielder, much mobile fielder would have certainly got it. Certainly the wheels are coming off, isn't it?
Yes, that's what it seems. That I think with that Yorker length delivery, the batter did well. Hasaranga getting that angled back to it. Tough last few overs for Bangladesh in this innings out in the field. Oh, just easy. Good and past the fielder. There is some protection behind him. Kanto recovers, and that is a big over. 12 runs coming from that. It's 206 for 6.
27 minutes at the moment. That's what Bangladesh have to get through 8 overs. They really are struggling. They've already got a warning because, or they've got 2 warnings. In fact, you've got to start the over in the allotted 60 seconds in between. Tanveer Islam, well, he's forced to come back into the attack. He's struggling with cramps because Mustafizur has gone off the field with cramps, and I believe Tuskin is also not looking too good. All the hard work done early just getting undone from Bangladesh's point of view. Colombo Port not too far away. Charita Lanka, though, on the other hand, he's huffing and puffing, but he's pacing his innings nicely. Thanks for joining me, Roshana Besinga. It'll be nice to hear from you.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. It's a privilege. Yeah, you're right. I think Bangladesh has a problem on their hands in terms of making sure that the last 8 overs are completed. Because lots of cramps, bowlers struggling.
Were you saying pineapple juice for cramps?
Don't know that actually. Is it something that is recommended? Did you use that during your day? Pineapple, I love it. It's nice with a bit of you know, salt and pepper, and maybe you could blend it or mix it with a little bit of chili powder.
Coconut water, good for your daughter.
What about your daughter?
Tossed up, he takes him on. That'll be 4. Charita Lanka into the 90s.
This is a well-paced innings by Charita Lanka. 90 of 106 balls, 6 fours and 4 sixers. He's structured it beautifully. That was thrown up and needed no second invitation because that area is open and he's been very good in that area. He's hit some sixers over extra cover and this looked quite easy.
Looked a very quiet over till then. But Islam opted to give it some air. Roshan, ODI, it's the end of the over. 113 for 6. Just below 5, the current run rate 248, but the way the Sri Lankans are looking, and with Bangladesh somewhat on one leg, 269, 270 is what Sri Lanka would have in mind. New playing conditions, Roshan, we've been talking about it. Usually a ball each at either end. Chanto back into the attack, so that shows you it's a mix and match attack at this stage. Not going to plan because of cramping for Mustafizur Rahman. So at the 34th over, the bowling team, the fielding team gets the option of picking one ball to continue with. There you go. That's Islam. Tanveer Islam on debut. Geez, they are struggling. I was just having a look at why they might have picked a particular ball. The first 17 overs bowled from the far end, not the end that Shanto's bowling now. Was the ball that they did pick. Parveez mentioned the run scored 66 for 3 from that end. this particular ball in the first 17 overs. Hasaranga, he's got the gap, he's hit it hard.
This is a huge opportunity for Sri Lanka. Bangladesh struggling to find their bowling resources, and Sri Lanka should cash in on this opportunity, because we know that Shanto is not a frontliner. He's already gone for 23, and Sri Lanka, from a position where they are in 192 for 6, with bowling resources depleted, they should be really looking to do well and cash in. More runs here, at least a couple.
Dakara Leone, he does well. One of the few fielders moving smoothly across the grass. And the other ball, which is used at Ruchira Palliguru's end, 106 for 2. So now, is it totally based on the run scored? He would have had no idea. You don't have those numbers. But there was a difference in the amount of turn the bowlers got in. Medias and Miraj, who started from the far end, came across. We've noticed that from the end that Shanto's bowling right now was just 2.6 degrees the turn. But from the Maligawat end, that's the far end, 3.7. So these might have been factors that Medias and Miraj would have considered before picking that ball. Okay, maybe the seam's better, we're getting it to grip and turn. Probably the pitch also, there's a difference in how it's playing at either end.
I think the pitch will be quite a critical factor in that. Yes, the seam should be very similar unless it has been pounded, but then it's the surface that responds, isn't it?
It's in the gap. It is, but not hard enough. Sri Lanka somehow gets across for another 2. So that's 10 off the 44th. Sri Lanka 223 for 6. Captain leading the fight back. Lienege helped, Milan Ratnayaka helped. Now it's Hasaranga. Hasaranga to finish the innings off. Nine overs, 1 for 41. Tanveer Islam, he's going to bowl out. Medias and Miraj went wicketless. So 5 overs of seam. Not sure Shanto's the option that Medias and Miraj could go to from the far end.
But Russell, what options does he have? I mean, you just have 2 fast bowlers almost limping. Mustafiz has limped off. Taskin didn't look himself.
Yeah, you're right, because Taskin's got 2, Tanzim's got 2, so he's got to find another over from somewhere. 32, this partnership of 28. Hasaranga coming out and being positive, giving that little oomph, the giddy up that the Sri Lankan innings needed. Well, is he moving smoothly? Taskin. First spell was outstanding. Yep, he's in no hurry. And probably the smart thing to do, let Hasaranga take the bowlers on at this stage. 4 ODI hundreds for Sri Lanka's captain. 3 of those have come at this venue. Got 100 against Bangladesh previously, Charita Salanka. And really impressive. Say that because most of these hundreds have come when Sri Lanka in trouble, and you'd expect that at number 5 or 6 you'll only get decent amount of batting time. The top order but dismissed early.
Yeah, he's been a real crisis man, hasn't he? Since he became captain, he's enjoyed that extra bit of load. He's taken on, he's been good to rise to challenges. And this is another challenge that he's handled well.
Yeah, fires it in flat. He knows Hasaranga, who generally likes to go inside out, is waiting for a bit of air.
Yeah, Hasaranga would fancy his chances because he's turning the ball away from him and loves to go over the extra cover area, as you said. So clever bowling by Tanvir, who's been pushing it through, going slightly wide, bowling with a slightly round armish action, looking to try and slide it in rather than fine turn.
Oh, well bowled, well bowled. Battling. But on debut, somewhat on one leg, Tanvir Islam has been impressive. You've got to say that. Bowled some wonderful angles, got the ball to turn. Here comes his last delivery. I'd be very, very happy to get off the park. He's hit it well. He'll look for two, but can Asalanka make it? No, he can't. But that's a very good over to finish off for Tanvir Islam. Just the three off it. 226 for 6.
I have a life too, Bill. Who had the calamari? It was Walla Table. I didn't eat any calamari, so I'm not paying for any calamari. What are you, 7? Ah, that's for crumpets, sweetheart.
Our relationship with money is formed from a young age. That's why our expert team is here, to help you take control of your money today. Barclays, make money work for you.
Yeah, Mustafizur is back on the park. Well, 6:24 is the time that the 50th over needs to start. That's what we have on the clock at the moment. There could be a few more minutes added to it as we progress. Now, Mustafizur, who's back on it, on the park, can only bowl after 6:24. The reason for that is the number of minutes he was off the park. Well, Tanvir Islam, he hobbles off. Now, if it was an external injury, Mustafizur could have come and bowled straight away. Well, we will go past 6:24, so I'm pretty sure Mustafizur could contribute. 2 overs for Taskin, 2 overs for Tanzim. That's what Bangladesh have. So the last 5 overs, what can Sri Lanka do? This partnership, 34 of 33 and looking dangerous. Mid-off is in the circle, 3 in the deep on the leg side. Sweeper cover on the boundary, and so is third man. Hammered. Mid-on stays. Judges it nicely. Taskin gets a wicket. Hasaranga, bottom of the bat, and he doesn't get the result he wanted.
Well, pace off that time. The ball really didn't arrive. Just take a look into the pitch. One hand comes off. And a simple catch to the field at long on. This is a huge blow struck by Bangladesh at a time when they're struggling for bowlers to bowl at the death. Love that celebration from Taskin. And Vanidhu Hasaranga knows that he's missed out on an opportunity. Out for 22. 226 for 7.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Professional monitoring?
Activated.
This summer, leave your worries behind. Protect what matters to you with Simply Safe Home Security. Systems start from under £200 with the professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Off the mark. Useful. Mahesh Theekshana always competes. That average of 17 tells you that he'll hang around with an established player. But well bowled from Tuskin. Bowls it into the pitch. You know, if you give him length, he'd go over mid-off. The cutter running the fingers over. Bowls it into the pitch. You can see it spin slightly in towards Hasaranga, and he does not get the distance. To the pitch he goes again.
They're looking to take pace off in this over. And also, Russell, now the game can go on till 6:26 with the fall of that wicket.
Correction, Roshan. The last over should start by 6:26.
Yeah. Thank you. 6:26. So which means Mustafis can bowl. Because he can go on. He has to bowl, after 6:24.
Look, they need to get the 15. So even if we go to 6:30, he can still come and bowl.
It's after 6:24, so that's fine.
Mid-off and mid-on in the circle. Oh, he's chipped that. He's chipped that. So there's another wicket. 4 wickets for Tuskin, and he's dealt a couple of blows just when Bangladesh really did need it.
Yeah, this is very good cricket by Bangladesh. For a moment, it appeared that Sri Lanka was looking to take it away in the last 10 overs. Bangladesh struggling without bowlers, and again you could see that pace off into the pitch. And Mahesh Theekshana was in with the shot early. Leading edge. 228 for 8 is a brilliant return for Bangladesh under the circumstances. Mahesh Theekshana goes for 1.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
So you want the confidence to hit that high note. Here's how. Get the Harry's starter set. Get our trim and razor, shave gel and travel cover with 30% off and free delivery. With our razor, even your 8th shave will be as smooth as your first. Its 5 German-engineered blades are our sharpest yet. Now with your newfound confidence, that high note is there for the taking. Harry's. Feel good, fellas.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
270, but now could be even 240 or less. Ishan Malinga, left-handed batter. He's got to hang in there for Sri Lanka. Around the wicket, 5 in the circle. Tuskin. Oh, well kept out. Well kept out. How the game can change. Even Tuskin doesn't look comfortable.
Yeah, that's why I give Bangladesh so much of credit. Sri Lanka knew that they had an opportunity against an attack that was struggling with injuries. We spoke about Mustafis being unable to bowl until 6:24. You could see that Tuskin is not moving as freely. So there was this huge opportunity for Sri Lanka to try and cash in. But this man, he struck 2 vital blows. And still the last ball of the over.
Brilliant over. 2 wickets in it. 228 for 8. Yeah, 4 for 89. Then Sri Lanka got a couple of partnerships together and were thinking 270. But all of a sudden, Sri Lanka's left to fight a lone battle. He's on 96. Wow, Shanto gets a bowl. Probably because 2 left-handers in the middle. That really is a brave move. And another positive is he'll get through the over quickly. They are struggling. Time to finish up.
Also not sure whether Mustafiz could actually bowl that over that we're talking about, because Bangladesh still needs to find one more over, because Taskin has 1 over left, Tansim has 2, so that's 3. And with this, they're okay. If Mustafiz is not fit, then this will be a very good move, useful move. Now Ishan Malik on strike.
They might not need all those overs, Roshan.
That you never know, but I'm just talking about making up the 50 here. So now Shanto, if he can get through a few cheaper deliveries, dot balls to Ishan Malinga, that would be perfect for Bangladesh. That's just what they want.
I was meaning pick up the 2 wickets.
I know what you mean. You never know, but in case you go on to till the 50th over.
Now here's a few more numbers for you. Now we're playing with only 1 ball since the 35th over. Sri Lanka have scored only 60 runs and lost 3 wickets. So that's scoring at about 4.5, 5 and over in that period. Less than 5. In fact, Ishan Malinga, he's off the mark.
See the importance of going into the last 10 overs with 2 set batters or with batting in hand. It has just been Charita Salanka and the tail to support him.
Oh, he gets excited. He's been very easily excitable, Shanto, this game. They blew their 2 reviews. Shanto was determined. That they have a needs and an LPW shout. Clarification as well. Sri Lanka. Last ball of the 47th. Tossed up. Hit well. In the gap. Probably won't go for 4. To Sri Lanka. He gets himself to 99. Sri Lanka 232 for 8. Today. Got 400s. 3 of those 100s coming here at the R. Premadasa Stadium. 127 against Australia. That was in February. The first ODI. In the second ODI, he went on to score 78. Tuns in. Oh, that's bottom edge. Tuskin's got work to do. Limps across. Lanka happy to just take the single.
Yeah, that's the plan. Get Lanka on strike. Just 17 deliveries left, so Sri Lanka needs their captain to take the majority of it. Good thinking about Ishan, good thinking on the part of Ishan Malinga to get off strike.
And you create your own luck.
I think for the struggle he's had and the way he constructed this innings, he deserved that run.
Diving for your 100. That's how you do it. He doesn't ever miss a moment. Straight to the fielder. The meter this way, that would have been 4.
Well, this is another special effort by the captain of Sri Lanka, Charita Salanka. He spoke about the time he came in, wickets lost early, needed to rebuild the innings, and that he did well. Wasn't tied down at any moment, was quite willing to take the bowling on, picked his spots, was very good over extra cover. And as I said, a satisfying knock, his 5th 100 in his career so far.
Well, he's able to get off strike, and that's all Sri Lanka will ask from him. 5 singles off the 48th over. Looking at the clock, it's ticked over to 6:27 is when the 49th, correction, the 50th over should begin. Bangladesh probably have 4 minutes to get through this delivery and the next over. Next over will be bowled by Tuskin. 4 for 42 to him, searching for his 3rd 5-wicket haul in ODIs. Sri Lanka happy to keep strike. 238 for 8 Sri Lanka. Yeah, the middle order that starts. Managed to support the captain to 100, and now I feel it will end up being a competitive score. 237 is the average score, batting first here at the R. Premadasa Stadium. In the last 5 years, the average winning score has been 260 though. Well, looking at the scoreboard, Tuskin has 2 minutes to get through this over. If not, Bangladesh will be penalized for that last over.
I think that will be asking for too much as a fast bowler to finish in two minutes, Russell. So which means that they will have a less fielder or one less fielder outside the 30-yard circle.
Well, they'll have to bring in an extra fielder into the circle, definitely for the last over. Tuskin's got 5 deliveries. Can he pick up a couple of wickets here for them? Oh, nicely bowled, nicely bowled. 4 wickets, but the 2 early were crucial.
Yep, this is Nishan Madhushka dragging it on. And then this was a very soft dismissal straight to the man at mid-off. Bandu Hasaranga deceived by that slow delivery into the pitch. And again another one, Mahesh Deekshana. Lack of pace, playing early.
Malinga, mid-off and mid-on have been brought into the circle. He's going to bowl it into the pitch, looking at the field. And he does. One bounce to the fielder.
Now Russell, it's 6:27. 240 for 8. 3 deliveries left in the over. So if they go past this, does it mean that the fielders have to come in immediately as they pass the 6:27 mark? So that's the time they should start the 49th over. So they're still, in bigger part, the 50th. So they're still 3 balls shy.
Oh, slower ball. This is clever bowling. Asalanka wants to. He'll get it. He'll get it. Yeah, he's been out there for a long time. He's been running around quite a bit too, the Sri Lankan captain. He's put in for his team, Taskin. 2 more deliveries remain. They'll be penalized in the last over. That's what would happen. There he goes, telling his partner, Ruchirapalli Guruge, that that's what's going to happen. Well, he's going to take the pace off, I'm pretty sure, Taskin. Slower delivery. Just the 1 run. Well, Sri Lanka have not hit a boundary in 32 balls. Generally, you set yourself up for this stage. But because of the wickets that Taskin has been picking up, or those 2 wickets of Deekshana and Hasaranga, it's really stalled Sri Lanka's progress. Now, if I was Asalanka, I'd be telling Nishan Malinga, this is a free hit. Mid-off and mid-on are in the circle, but he's going to be bowling a shortish length. Try and swing for the hills. That's what I would tell him. Let's see what he does. He tries to swing high on the bat. Taskin finishes strong. He doesn't get his 5-wicket haul, but he's done really well for his team. 243 for 8 with 1 to go. The umpire Ruchirapalli Guruge signalling the fact that Bangladesh have been penalized. They'll have to bring in an extra fielder into the circle. So for the last over, only 4 allowed outside. Charita Salanka, he's on strike. Deep mid wicket, long on, long off. Sweeper cover on the boundary. Tanzim Hassan Saqib. Oh, that's chipped in the air. Fielder tries to get underneath it and does really well. It's Shanto. He had a long way to go and he did. They've got the Sri Lankan captain finally.
Well, that was to be expected. Asalanka was looking to play shots. Looked to go over mid-wicket, but just couldn't get that far. Good catch by Shanto, and another big wicket for Bangladesh. They'll be pretty pleased with their effort. And so will Charita Asalanka be. His 5th 100, out for 106. Sri Lanka, with 5 balls to go, are 243 for 9.
Asitha Fernando's in. Picking up wickets, so crucial. 21 games, he's just got 3 runs to his name. He's got a higher score of 2. 5 balls remaining, what damage can he do? 3 wickets to Tanzim. Oh, he's off the mark. They come back. Oh, got him! That's brilliant. Tawhid Ridoy threw the stumps down at the bowler's end, and Sri Lanka are all out.
Well, a direct hit gets the reward. Ishan Malinga was nowhere close, but Bangladesh will be very pleased. This is Asitha Fernando. Gave himself room, and then slight confusion. Yep, he was out by quite a distance. This is really good fielding.
They're running for everything. That's why they call tail-enders. Little confused, but that's really good. What an effort from Bangladesh. They've fought back in the last few overs, basically on one leg, with a lot of the players cramping. Mustafizur could not finish off. Taskin, he managed to get through his overs, and the last 9 overs, 4 wickets for 51 runs. Now, they've given themselves a good chance of chasing this down. It's a wonderful effort from Bangladesh to restrict Sri Lanka to 244 after Sri Lanka won the toss and elected to bat first. It didn't start well. They lost early wickets, 3 for 29, Kusal Mendis 45, but it was left to Charita Salanka to score his 5th ODI 100 and give Sri Lanka something to bowl at.
Well, just 2 partnerships of note. The Kusal Mendis Asalanka partnership of 60, Janit Lianage and Asalanka 64. They've been 39s, there have been partnerships in the 30s, but nothing really substantial. And that's why Sri Lanka have been bowled out for 244.
Yeah, conditions look really good for batting, but Pathu Nesanka, the star of the Test series, went without scoring. On the square as well, no footwork. Kusal Mendis played some good shots, but Kamindu Mendis, he'll struggle to explain to himself what that shot was. Asalanka and Kusal Mendis put on a partnership. And then a maiden ODI wicket for Tanveer Islam. Janit Lianage came out there, got some runs, got a partnership together, but the moment he was dismissed, Milan Ratnaik, the debutant, was in.
Well, he played a good hand, but then Bangladesh did well. Vanidhu Hasaranga threatened to take the bowling on, was picking his spots, then into the pitch came Taskin and miscuing it down to long on. That gave Taskin a very important wicket and followed it up in the same over. So 2 wickets in the same over certainly set Sri Lanka back, and this was the 100th run. Could have been run out because it was so tight and close, but Asalanka deserved it and then eventually chipped it down to long on to end a very fine innings.
Ridoy with a bullet throw to the non-striker's end ensured Sri Lanka were bowled out, and 244 it was. They struggled with cramps. Mustafizur just a 6 overs, but Taskin somehow got through his 10, picked up 4 crucial wickets. Tanzim Hassan Saqib was outstanding as well. Tanveer Islam, well, he'll give them hope to how he performed on debut. Well, 244, 245 is what Bangladesh will need. They will fancy themselves, get those runs and go 1 up in the series. The chase not too far away.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Hey, look at our Simply Safe home security system.
Let's